Scrolling through TikTok recently, like so many of you do as well, and I came across home surveillance video of a man having a heart attack, which immediately caught my attention. When I heard the 911 caller say they were in Litchfield Park, I knew I needed to talk to the couple. Michelle and Jeff Goss were in their living room before heading to an Arizona Cardinals game.
Does it feel like food stuff, or does it feel like food? Yeah, sit down.
The season ticket holders had no idea they'd be watching it from the hospital.
At first, it just felt nauseous, and it didn't feel like much at all. I really didn't think it was anything serious. I really didn't.
Turns out the then 53-year-old was having a widowmaker heart attack, a total blockage of his heart's largest artery.
I think I should call 911.
His color had turned gray, and he was just sweating profusely, and he was doing that coughing, kind of dry heaving, and then all of a sudden he said, "My chest hurts," and I was like, "Oh."
Initially, the symptoms were subtle, and Jeff kept insisting he was fine.
Your chest hurt? Okay, I'm calling 911.
Let's just try another.
No!
In the video, you see Michelle does call 911, then the paramedics arrive. An hour later, Jeff was in surgery.
I really lost control of my body. My arms are shaking. It just got really bad.
Michelle is now sharing the terrifying ordeal on TikTok as a way to show you what a heart attack can look like in real life.
I was watching a TV show, and the main character's dad had a heart attack, and I was like, that's not what that looked like. That's not what ours looked like.
Her 3 TikToks garnering nearly 10 million views so far.
Movies and TV shows where you see someone has a sudden heart attack, has chest pain and drops and passes out and dies, that's very uncommon that happens.
Dr. William Jaffe is not Jeff's doctor, but he's a cardiologist with Abrazo Health. He says usually there are symptoms before a heart attack that will just get worse over time.
If someone has chest pain or shortness of breath and ignores it over time, that's how you can have some potential problems. If you have a family history of heart disease, a first-degree relative with a male under 55 years of age or a female under 65 years of age, that puts you at higher risk.
If you're in severe pain, he says call 911, listen to your body, and get checked out by a doctor if you have any kind of chest pain. What have been some of the messages you've received?
One lady messaged me and said that, oh my gosh, I might cry because it makes me very happy, but that she had saw our videos, and like a month or so, a few weeks after seeing the video, her husband started to have a heart attack, and she knew instantly, this is a heart attack, and called, and they said
she probably wouldn't have called otherwise.
Thankfully, Jeff is now feeling great after 3 months of cardiac rehab. The couple, who's been married for 37 years, recently taking a vacation together.
We met when you were 14. Been together ever since, both born and raised here, same high school.
While the Gosses' living room may be on full display on social media, when I went to their home, I could tell it's a special space where they spend time with their 4 kids and 6 grandkids. As cliche as it sounds, life is short. And while they've always lived at full tilt, they're certainly living life to its fullest now.
We've been together for 40 years, so I just cannot imagine. I cannot. It would be too much for me.
The Goss family is looking forward to staying healthy, going to more cards games, and of course, answering life's big questions. Who's your favorite all time?
Larry.
Larry Fitzgerald.
I know. He loves Kurt Warner. I love Larry.
Yeah, right. Everyone loves Larry Fitzgerald, Kurt Warner. Big Cards fans in terms of their health. Jeff did get stents put into his heart. He tells me it was only functioning at about 35%. He had no idea. He did have a brother who had a heart attack at a young age, which you heard the cardiologist in the story mention. It's so important to know family history. It puts you at a higher risk. The doctor also saying prevention is key, so diabetes, high blood pressure, smoking, obesity can all cause the pipes around the artery to be blocked. So just certainly something really important to keep in mind. And Colton, one of the things in the video and one of the things they told me is like just call 911 because initially, they weren't sure, and then she called over her friend who works for the American Heart Association, I believe, or Heart Association, because she knows about what to look for. So that was sort of like their main thing, which is so important, and really saved his life. If it had been any longer, who knows what would have happened. But they're happy and healthy now.
Yeah, thankfully for that, right? And love their story. Been together for 40 years. That's incredible.
They're huge Cards fans too, so they go to a lot of the home games. So that was really fun to see too.
Well, thanks for that report, Whitney. Loved it.